Episode 577. With her doubts dispelled, Chen Guo waited with Ye Shu for Zhan Lulan's response. This guy has been completely silent ever since his conversation with Ye Shu ended, not making a single sound. The same phenomenon had occurred with the four people behind him. The five characters now resembled the surrounding scenery, with only their clothes fluttering in the wind. Of course, Chen Guo was nowhere near as composed as Ye Shu in a situation like this. After waiting a while with no response, he grew restless, itching to fire a few shots at these guys to see if they were even still there. They waited, eyes glued to the screen, for what felt like an eternity. Finally, Zhan Lulan's name popped up in the chat, but the words that followed were,
"I need some time to think about this.
Then what were you doing just now?
That conclusion will take some time to consider."
Ugh, why is this so complicated?
In a hurry, are we? If you're in a hurry, you can join right now.
As he spoke, Zhan Lulan chuckled and actually sent an invitation for Chasing Haze to join the guild. Chen Guo, stewing in her frustration, flat out refused the offer. Ye Shu simply said he'd wait for their reply, and then, just like the first time they'd met, the five of them left in silence. Chen Guo then asked Ye Shu,
So?
He's being quite cautious. The more cautious he is, the more we have to look forward to.
Do you think he'll accept?
Hard to say. I don't know how far along they are right now. I think that's what he's trying to figure out too.
Chen Guo swung her view to watch the five figures recede into the distance. Ye Shu, however, spun Lord Grimm's perspective in a full circle before he suddenly spoke.
It's awfully quiet around here.
So which is it? Do you want it quiet so you can focus on leveling? Or do you want it lively with the whole world ganging up on you?
If Zhan Lulan could find us so quickly, then Excellent Era could too. You think the other guilds really don't know where we are?
Even grinding levels gets this much attention. We really are a walking taunt magnet.
Ye Shu said this with a hint of self-mockery, casually operating Lord Grimm to fire a shot, pull a small monster, and just like that, began grinding.
If these guilds are capable of tracking your movements, why haven't they made a move yet?
As she spoke, Chen Guo also maneuvered Chasing Haze forward to lend a hand.
I think it's probably because we've been getting a lot of attention lately. For these guilds, they have to consider their reputation among the players, so even if they're acting in the shadows, right now they have to be cautious. Honestly, what they'd really prefer is to take out their competition without a sound, so with all this attention on me now, they're in a bit of a bind.
Did you make your challenge quest such a public spectacle on purpose?
Well, if I couldn't pull this off, then that would be the part that was intentional.
Ye Shu's tone was sincere. He was just telling the truth. But it was precisely that truth that left Chen Guo speechless for a good while longer. Ye Shu's assessment of the major club guilds was spot on. Over in the heavenly domain, everyone had a solid foundation. They all had plenty of characters at their disposal, whether they were in their guilds or just wild accounts floating around. Even if a character without a guild drifted right past Lord Grimm, Ye Shu couldn't be sure if they were a problem. If the major guilds wanted to keep tabs on Lord Grimm's movements, it wouldn't be difficult at all. Long before Lord Grimm even hit level 50 and completed his challenge quest, the major guilds in the heavenly domain were already prepared to welcome him. Back in the 10th server, they seemed to have conceded, taking no new action at all. They were simply waiting for this very moment to use the superior resources of the heavenly domain and snuff out Ye Shu's momentum right at the 50 level stage. Lord Grimm's immediate surroundings might have seemed quiet, but from the moment that announcement of his entry into the heavenly domain went out, the undercurrent of commotion he'd stirred up never truly stopped. The major guilds had been waiting for this day for a long, long time, and each had their own plans in mind. Guilds like Bluebrook, Herbgarden, Tyrannical Ambition, Samsara, Misty Rain, Windhowl, and many others had all set up their own command channels. Every single one was aimed at dealing with Ye Shu. But this guy, with just one heavenly domain challenge quest, became a celebrity across the entire Glory server. This particular turn of events was something none of the major guilds had anticipated. In a way, they'd overlooked it again. This time, the opponent they were facing was in a different weight class altogether. A pro-level master coming to the arena for a PK? Of course he wouldn't lose. An undefeated record, a unique class, bizarre weapons. A level 50 beating a level 70 with so many sharp facts. It was only natural to attract widespread attention. It was all perfectly predictable. But the problem was, none of the major guilds had considered things on that level. It wasn't that they couldn't think of it, they simply overlooked it entirely. The result is this rather tangled situation we find ourselves in. Dealing with a character this popular was always going to take some effort. They didn't want the entire Glory player base to end up asking, "Hey, what did Lord Grimm do to piss someone off? How did he get chased down like this the moment he set foot in the heavenly domain?" There's no such thing as a secret that doesn't leak. In this day and age, even the most baseless rumors get treated as gospel truth, so something that's already a proven fact, it's going to spread like wildfire. So far, none of the major guilds have dared to make a move. That left excellent era. They'd sent in a pro player, thinking they could land a heavy blow with minimal fuss. That's why they'd made the first move. But they'd hit a wall too, and now they had no choice but to step back and reconsider. While the guilds hadn't made a move in-game yet, their discussion groups outside the game were already littered with dead brain cells. Regardless, Lord Grimm's first day in the heavenly domain ultimately passed in a surprisingly quiet and uneventful manner.